Why Serbia versus England is absolutely crucial for Gareth Southgate in his attempts to bring football home at Euro 2024. In this video, we're going to look at Serbia's strengths, why they could cause a massive amount of damage towards England. And at the end of the video, the perfect 11, I've got this 100% right, of how England can beat Serbia. It's changed a little bit based on some injury news that I've just seen as well. Let's just start off with Serbia. It's their first time in the Euros in this, guys. Obviously, a few World Cup appearances as well. We're in Qatar, came bottom of their group. So they've got a little bit of international experience and got players at the Champions League level, at the highest level. You look at Tadic, Milinkovic, Savic, of course, Mitrovic, who's the highest scorer in Saudi Arabia last season. I think it was something like 28 and 28. So he's in bang hot form. Obviously, it's the Saudi Arabian league, but this is a guy that was breaking the championship goal scoring record, did incredibly well in the Premier League as well with Fulham. He's unbelievably dangerous. We'll talk about him in a minute, but the overall setup for Serbia is one of positivity. It's one of kind of trying to bring experience into the setup and hopefully trying to qualify for more tournaments in the future. In Stojkovic, who's got a massive amount of experience, even as a player playing at World Cups and Euros himself in the 90s. So this setup will be very, very used to tournament football. Whether they can go far or even get out of the group is a different debate. I think Denmark have got a little bit more about them than Serbia in this group in particular. And the big threat for England has to be the runners from midfield. I think Serbia will take a lot of credit from how Iceland were able to break through the lines, break past Maino, break past Declan Rice in midfield, and give themselves a platform to score that goal where England lost at home to Wembley. That is the attacking outlet for Serbia. It will be bypassing that midfield and whipping balls in first time. I think a third of all their goals in qualifying have come from the air, come from heading balls into the back of the net. And Mitrovic is one of the best in the world with his head. He really is. And the range of goals that he's scored in his career, from crosses, deep crosses, anything that comes from corners and free kicks as well, massively, massively dangerous. And it is an observation about England's capabilities without Harry Maguire, because whatever you say about Gareth Southgate, whatever you say about Harry Maguire, the success of England, if you qualify that as getting to finals, getting to the semi-final of the World Cup in 2018 when no one gave England a chance, a large part of it came from defensive quality in the air from Harry Maguire. The back five in 2018 was very, very stingy in terms of giving balls away and goals away. And obviously, Harry Maguire and John Stones scored big goals from the air. So I do think England have lost a little bit of aerial capability based on the fact that Maguire's not there. And therefore, it would be interesting to see who matches up to Mitrovic defensively speaking and can kind of nullify his threat aerially speaking. I think Gomez is decent in the air. I'm not sure about Gahey in the air. I'm not sure about Lewis Dunk in the air. I'm not sure about Conce in the air. Stones is good in the air. But if you isolate him, you definitely can get... you can definitely... see Mitrovic using his physicality, bringing other people into play, and linking up with the wingers and progressing Serbia up the pitch. That'll be a massive, massive threat. I think the Serbia back line is very, very limited from what I've seen. They're going to be up for it. It's going to be a huge game. The adrenaline is going to be flowing. But if England can just be calm, use tournament experience to push Serbia back with the ball, it's all about possession. If there's a high amount of turnover, if there's a high amount of sloppy passes, particularly look at Gahey against Bosnia, then I think that's a worry for England. The back line. Is there a quality level of communication in terms of how England play out from the back and build up through midfield? But you have to be confident against this Serbia back line. If you can mitigate the fact that like Milinkovic, Savic and Tadic, if he starts, a few rumours that he might be starting this game, aren't able to get on the ball themselves and break through the lines. Surfshark are very kindly backing the channel throughout the Euros. Surfshark is the best VPN of its kind to provide you unbelievable privacy whilst you're using the internet, and the big one, it allows you to watch England from wherever you are in the world. After I watch England bring it home, I'm going on holiday myself. I'll be using Surfshark to make sure that I'm watching Married at First Sight. It's a guilty pleasure, but Surfshark allows me to watch my favourite show like Married at First Sight from wherever I'm traveling to. Or you might be going to Germany to watch England bring it home. And obviously you can keep up to date with your favourite shows from wherever you are in Germany. You get to watch your favourite shows from the four corners of the globe. Your privacy and data all secured. And of course the big one, watching Gareth Southgate lift the European Championship trophy from wherever you are on holiday. But even bigger than that, Surfshark are giving you 4 months extra free with the code Buvey112 and a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can test out how good Surfshark is at no risk at all. Click the link down below. You can get an extra 4 months free. That is unbelievable value. Right, England have to go out and beat Serbia. I'm sorry. Maybe a draw against Denmark here or there. Maybe a draw against Slovenia if we've already qualified. I get that. But Serbia have to be 3 points for England. A loss would be catastrophic. And England should be beating these lot. I'm sorry. I've given a lot of respect to Serbia. Their number 9's playing in Saudi Arabia. Milinkovic-Savic playing in Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of inexperience there. You know, they've never played at the Euros. This England side, we can debate if they're good enough to beat France or Germany, should absolutely be beating Serbia with all due respect. And obviously the big thing has to be about England's control of the game. I don't question it. I don't debate it. England, if we arrive in the right way, should be able to get on the ball, push Serbia back and make things very, very tight. And if we're talking about the worry in England's back line in terms of the defence, in terms of Maguire, in terms of it should be Gahey or Lewis Dunk playing at the back, whoever it is, then obviously we can actually mitigate our defensive frailties. I don't think John Stones is fully fit to play this game with the ball, with our quality, with our attacking play. And that's just how I see it. Let's just do the lineup for me. Obviously, Pickford in goal. Carl Walker, who's been named vice-captain for this game, so he's a shoo-in to play, of course. And it's good to hear because I think he's the one player who's in form, relatively speaking. He's at a good level, just won the Premier League. And obviously, he's already played at a massively high level for England as well. Stones, I think, will be missing this game. I'm seeing some previews saying he'll start. I don't see how you don't train and go straight into a game against Serbia. I think you've got to protect him at all costs for Slovenia and Denmark. So I think it will be a mixture. This is what I'd like to see is Joe Gomez and Mark Gahey. A good mixture of pace, a good mixture of experience. Joe Gomez is one of those underrated players. Probably hasn't played enough football for England because of a mixture of injuries and former other centre-backs for England. So Joe Gomez has got so much experience at this level. I really want to see him partner Mark Gahey, not Lewis Dunk, please. Kieran Trippier, I don't mind it because I think he can do a job defensively. I think he'll be decent defensively and allow the Serbians not much space. I do worry about it going forward, and that's why I've gone very attacking in my 11. I think the midfield can accommodate all three that we've talked about. It's a bit like Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard all over again. It's crazy. This midfield, if it's worked on right from a high managerial standard, can have Lampard, Gerrard and Scholes in it. Rice, Bellingham, Foden. That's how I see it. And I think Foden can come into the number 10 position or a left-sided attacking midfielder alongside Jude Bellingham and push the Serbians back with shots from range, from good link-up play. And that's just how I see it happening with Declan Rice, more than good enough to play a single pivot by himself. He's more than good enough to cover that amount of ground. If things are getting tight, if it's still 0-0 at 60 minutes, then you can maybe push Bellingham back. Maybe you can bring on Trent. Maybe you can have Conor Gallagher to double up with Declan Rice. But go for the jugular early. This Serbia side have got a real lack of experience, and I don't fancy their back line at all. But I might be wrong. The front line is basically picks itself. Gordon, I think, has done so well in the last couple of games. He's done so well for Newcastle. You have to start him and just see what it's like. See what life is like playing this kind of Ryan Giggs-esque kind of bomb down the wing, the left wing, and whip it in. Winger, let's see what it's like. I'm excited. Harry Kane down the middle picks itself, and then Bukayo Saka, underrated in terms of how important he is. One of the best wingers on the planet, and we don't talk about him. We talk about other players that have been maybe left out. We talk more about Grealish than we do about Bukayo Saka's kind of ability to provide for England. And if he has a tournament, what if Saka has the tournament that we all think Phil Foden should have? Then we're in a world of delight. We really, really are. Some big names. I talked about Trent. He'll be huge if it's a deadlock. And I think Conor Gallagher has got a big role to play in this as well. I think you can match up Conor Gallagher to the Serbian midfield and provide a lot of energy and just see what it's like. I think this would be a great opportunity, particularly if England score a couple of early goals potentially, to test it out. And then the other one is Cole Palmer. How does Cole Palmer influence these kind of high-level games? What if he has a Wayne Rooney 2004 vibe about it and just he absolutely runs through the Serbian midfield, scores goals, links up play? That could be a dream territory. I just don't see him starting in this game. I think we'll beat them 2-1. I'm concerned about the defence, but we have to be getting past these lot. If we don't, then I'm a little bit worried about our prospects of bringing football home. Leave your comments down below, your score predictions. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you very, very soon.